Hi everyone, sorry for those of you who have been waiting on me since 6:30. I am running a couple of minutes late, having a few technical issues. But thank you so much for joining us for our last online discussion forum for 2019. So I can't actually believe that we're at this point where we have been doing this for 9 months now. So if you have been on the journey with me for these online discussion forums for the 9 months, please, you know the drill, say hello. And if you are new, please feel free to say hi. I love always to see who is watching and getting to know any new faces out there. Something I would love to let everyone know about, I had a few questions about these online discussion forums. A few people were concerned that if they were joining, that everyone would see that they were on. And just to let you know that unless you're actually commenting, nobody can see that you're actually watching these online discussion forums. So like Effie, if you say hello, hey Effie, then I'll see who you are. But otherwise, if you don't say anything at all, you only come up as a number as opposed to a name. So just for that privacy, anyone else who was having those privacy concerns, just to ease your mind a little. So tonight I am going to keep it fairly short, only because it is our last discussion forum for the year. So I want to leave plenty of time for you guys to ask your questions. It is coming up into the school holiday season, the Christmas period. So if you have any questions, particularly around travel, or you want to get things ready before you are intending to leave, before our office closes down for the Christmas period, then we're going to leave plenty of time for you to ask those questions. Even though it is our last discussion forum for the year, I really wanted to let you guys know about something really exciting that Territory Families, in partnership with Create, has launched, and that is the carer profiles. And basically what the carer profiles are, it's a profile booklet that has information about you, fun facts about you, that is actually given to a young person in care when they're about to enter your placement. And the reason why this has been developed is at a Create roundtable. The young people with Create, they actually said that entering a new placement or transitioning from one placement into another, it's quite daunting. And to ease some of that anxiety that they feel about entering an unfamiliar placement, they said, you know what? A carer will get all this information about us, but it'd be really great if we could get some information about the carers that we're going to, which brings us to the welcome to our home carer profiles. And that's to really make sure that we're helping this process for young people. It's already hard enough as it is, the reason why they're entering care in the first place. So this is just another way of trying to make that as easy for them as possible. And so the welcome to our home carer profiles will have information about you, and it can look like however you want it. There is a standard template that will be given to you, and you can get this template from your case manager or your carer services practitioner. However, we are actually going to be running these workshops in the new year, where we're going to be inviting everyone to come along to one of our workshops, and we can help you complete your profiles with us at our office. For those of you joining from Catherine, we're going to come out to Catherine in the new year, and we're going to do the same thing with you guys. And Alice, you have Martin and Roz in Alice Springs, so they're going to be doing the same thing as well. So although you can go ahead and do that with your carer service practitioner or the case manager, or you can go on and do it yourself, we think it'll be really beneficial if you did it with us, and it's a great way for us to meet you. So stay tuned for all that information. Now, at the end of this video, I will include in this description box a link that will take you to what the template looks like, so you guys have a bit of an idea about what the carer profiles do look like and what kind of information can go in there. I'll try and show you what it does look like here, but to get more information, it'll probably be better to follow that link. So This is a standard template, but please know that the information that goes into the template is completely up to you. So this is just a front page. Now what happens with the template is that you can actually put any kind of picture in this. So this is just an example. There's another example here where the family have put their family photo on there. So then your very first page, it'll have an About Us section on there. And that's where you've got the family photos and stuff like that. So there's an About Us section, and in that part you can talk about, it just talks about what your names are, what the carers' names are, what you do for work, what some of your interests might be. And then it talks a little about, you can talk about the culture of your home. So some of the key information that the young people said that they would like to know is who else lives in the home. Do you have any other children? Are there any other family members that are in the home? Are there any pets in the home? And if so, what kind? What do you guys do as a family for fun? Do you guys play footy? Do you have a pool? What's your house like and where do you live? You've got a 2-story house or you've got a unit. What are the routines in your household? So really letting kids know about that is really helpful in terms of, bedtime. Usual bedtime in the household is 9 o'clock. Young people have said that actually really helps, because sometimes when they go into a new placement and they don't know that that's a general routine in the household, when they're out of sync with everyone else, it just makes them feel really left out. Where will they sleep? So if you've done up the room, have photos of the room in there and have photos of the bed. Help them become familiar with their surroundings and what will be their safe place. Because most likely that you guys have all experienced, when children come into care and they know where their bedroom are, they usually lock themselves in there for a little bit in the beginning, just because they need a safe place where they just need some time and space to themselves. So definitely have that information in the carer profile. We do recommend having more photos as opposed to words. And the photos are totally up to you what you want to put in there. How this will work again is when you first complete it, you choose who you want to complete it with, whether it's with a case manager, carer services, or us. But then afterwards, we do recommend that if there are any changes to your home, that you do regularly update the carer profiles. You'll have a copy, you can get a copy yourself, your case manager will have a copy, and this will be on your carer profile. So you can let them know and just update that at any time. And you can have a digital copy as well. So just make sure that you are updating that regularly, or when there have been any major changes, because that really does, again, affect a young person if they're coming into a home and then they're expecting maybe a dog because it has a dog on your profile and it's not there. It just, those things where it might seem small to us is really significant to children and young people when they're coming from a potentially traumatic experience, placement into your one. All those things really matter. So make sure that you are keeping that regularly updated. Again, we can always help with that process. So the policy for that is on the Territory Families website. So you can find the policy there as well as the template, but again, I'll have a link to that as well. So that is, in short, that's just some brief information about the carer profiles. So like I said, I just wanted to keep it really brief. We will have more information. This was only launched this month, so we will have more information on that one in the new year, where we will have more information in terms of the workshops that we're going to be holding, as well as what it could look like for you. So again, keep an eye out for the information. You'll most likely be hearing about that from our carer support officers, Izzy and Martin. So that's just a brief summary tonight. Because as I said, I do really want to leave some time where we can I can answer some of your questions leading into the end of the year. And so I'll start going through some now, because I do see that Natalie has got a question. And if you do have any other questions, whether it's about the carer profiles or whether it's about, again, I said, being that it's holiday season, if you've got any travel questions, please just write them in the comments box. Also, what I'd love you guys to do is, this is something new that we launched this year, the online discussion forum, the Facebook Lives, that we otherwise know them as. And so we're going to continue them next year, but I'd love some feedback. And if you guys are happy to just type it in the comments box, I'd love some feedback about what you really liked about these online discussion forums, whether you found them helpful and whether you found the information that we talked about helpful. If you didn't, that's so fine. That's really helpful for me. So if you think, if you have any, feedback about what could have made it better, please feel free to type that in there. We want to make sure that this is working for you. It's not about working for us. So Natalie's question is this also if you are doing respite? Yes. So this is for all carers, Natalie, that will endeavour to have everyone across the board will endeavour to have a carer profile in emergency situations and emergency placement situations and respite care. We know that it might not always be the easiest to have that information straight away on hand, but the idea is that there will be digital copies that case managers will have access to on your files, and will be able to pull up so that they can have that information ready for a child coming into care. But how that will work and whether that's possible in some situations, we're unsure of that yet. We haven't heard from anyone yet or any feedback about how that has worked. But the preference is all carers will have a carer profile. Sarah Mesh, hey Sarah, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Sarah has a question. I'm just going to read it out. I have a question unrelated to the carer profile if you get a chance. We are Victorian carers accredited this year and moving to Alice. Do we need to redo our training when we get to the Northern Territory? Cheers. Sarah, you do need to... So our process when our carers are moving into state is that it's actually it's an interstate transfer. So it's just transferring the court orders. It's not necessarily going through a new carer process. It's transferring court orders. And then once the court orders transfer to the other jurisdiction, then it's what their policies are. A lot of the time, in some of my experience with, say, New South Wales, for instance, during the transfer process, you usually get assigned a case manager from New South Wales. And so they get all your information, that relationship's developed, and they start slowly case managing you. So you're not actually going through a full carer assessment process, but they will ask you for all your working with children cards, your checks, and all of that kind of stuff, particularly once the order has been transferred to, the court order has been transferred to the different state. So that's what it likes. That is what it is like when we transfer matters out. You need to just double check on your end what the process is for you to start the process of transferring here to Darwin. Does that make sense? That is if you are wanting to, moving to Alice, sorry, that is if you are wanting to change the court order to a Northern Territory court order. But if you're just moving, again, that can be another policy that you might need to check with your case manager, because we have some carers who remain Northern Territory foster carers, but they move into state, but the children are still Northern Territory young people in care, and the carers are still Northern Territory carers. They just live in another state, and then we liaise with that state about someone who can help conduct checks and all that kind of stuff for the territory when territory case managers aren't able to travel. Sarah has just said, you guys are just moving, no kids. I will double check that one for you, Sarah. And I know the process when you do have children currently in your care, but I wouldn't know if it's just moving without any children. So I'll check the policy for that one, and I will get back to you tomorrow. If you wouldn't mind just private messaging our Facebook page an email address or a phone number, so once I find that information for you, I can give you a call or email you and let you know. And what I'll do is I will also send you our advocate in our Alice Springs office, her details. Her name's Roz, and I'll send you Martin's details as well. He's our carer support officer. So when you are getting ready to move, please just send our guys an email, and I'll let them know that you guys are preparing to. Because they'll love to welcome you. You can go in as a first step and go and meet the guys, and they can just give you a bit of a lowdown about what the how things are in Alice Springs, who you need to know and what you need to know. So yeah, definitely if you could leave us your contact details, I will get that all sorted for you. I currently don't have any other questions. Oh, Effie, but while you're on, I'm so sorry I didn't make it to your Le Rêve party on Saturday. I was unwell, actually, Friday night, so I spent most of Saturday in bed. I hope it went really well. Until I get any other questions, I just want to remind everyone that the Territory Families and Create Christmas parties are happening in the next few weeks. So for those of you who don't know dates, I'll just grab them for you. We already went to the Catherine one that was hosted by NT Friendships, which was really great. It was really great to see everyone there. So Catherine has had theirs. Tennant Creek. So if you do live in Tennant Creek, the Christmas party is... Oh, you guys have had yours as well. So your Christmas party was yesterday. In Alice Springs, your Christmas party is on Saturday from 11:30 to 2 o'clock. There is you do need a RSVP, and when you RSVP, the location of where the Christmas party is will be given to you then. You do have to email your RSVP to a Territory Families email address. So I'll put that up on the description box, what the email address is after the end of this video, and you guys can email your RSVP there. Otherwise, if it's easier, you can also call 8955-6001 and RSVP that way as well. There is a theme, and the theme is the Red Centre Christmas. So Martin is there, and he's got something really special, a really special surprise for everyone. So please make sure if you're in Alice Springs, go along and say hi to Martin and Roz. And Darwin, Greater Darwin region, the Christmas party is on Thursday the 5th of December from 4:30 to 7:30. Again, you do have to RSVP to get the details of where it will be held, and this RSVPs go to Create. So you can either email Create at nt@create.org.au, or you can call them an RSVP on 8945 999 It's really important, everyone, that you do RSVP, particularly for catering purposes. We don't want anyone to turn up and go without food because we don't have enough. So make sure you are RSVP. Otherwise, unless anyone has any other questions, that brings us to the end of tonight. Again, guys, please, our office actually, we go on break from the 21st of December and don't return until our first day back. So our last day in the office is Friday the 20th of December, and our first day back in the office is the 6th of January. So if you need anything before we do break for the Christmas holidays, just come into the office or give us a call, or Facebook. For those of you who've been following for a while, you know that we take inquiries in whatever way is easiest for you. So if that's email, office, Facebook, Skype, whatever works best for you. And that is all the questions for tonight. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining me tonight. Particularly want to really say thank you to Effie and Natalie, who join me every single month, who have been very loyal in these online discussion forums, always asking questions, always showing their love. These kind of things, they don't start and continue and keep going without you guys. So thank you so much for really supporting us in this new space. But yeah, if I don't see you, everyone, please have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Have a great and safe holidays. And if you do need anything, again, can't stress enough, give us a call and say hi. Yes, happy early Christmas, Natalie. Yes, so good night, everyone. Thanks so much. See you in the new year. Bye.